Hello students, in this video I will teach you articles from English grammar. I will explain the theory part in this video. The information, the details of the theory part is given itself in the video. You will just read along with me and understand the chapter. After this video is over, after you go through the video, after you understand the chapter, the bookwork will be sent to you and you have to do it in your books only. I will now start with teaching you the chapter. What are articles? A, an, and the are articles. They are used before nouns. They point out things, people, animals, and places. So basically, there are three articles: a, an, the. They are used before the nouns in a sentence, and they particularly or overall point out common nouns, which are things, people, animals, and places. There are two types of articles: indefinite articles and definite articles. What are indefinite articles? A and an are indefinite articles because they do not point out any particular person or thing, they suggest a person or a thing. So a and an, they are indefinite articles. Why? Because they don't point out, they don't actually mention a particular thing or a person, they commonly just point it out. They suggest a person or a thing in a sentence. Further, you'll get to know the examples so you will understand in a better way. And the is a definite article. Why? Which indicates a particular object, thing, or person. The is a definite article because it indicates a particular object, thing, or person. I repeat, articles are of two types: indefinite articles and definite articles. Indefinite articles are a and an. They are indefinite because they don't point out a particular person or a thing. Whereas the is the definite article. Why? Because it indicates a particular object, thing, or person. It talks about, it points a particular object, thing, or person. I hope whatever I taught you till now has been understood by all of you. Moving on to the next slide. Now we will talk about these three articles in details. We'll talk about a first. A, it is used before a singular countable noun that begins with a consonant sound. A is always used before a noun which we can count, which is countable and is singular. It's not plural, it is singular. And it also begins with a consonant sound. Now, which one is the consonant sound? There are 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, U. Apart from this, all the letters are the consonant sounds. So if a word starts from a consonant letter or a consonant sound, we use a before it. For example, a man. Man starts from M, it is a consonant sound, so we write a before it. A baby. Baby starts with B and it is not a vowel, it's a consonant, so we write a before it. A European. Now you will say that, ma'am, European starts with E and E is a vowel, so how do we count it as a consonant? Over here, European starts with E, but the sound is U, European, it's YU. The sound is consonant, that's why we will write a before it. So, when you read words which starts from the letter, from a vowel letter, you will have to say that word. And if there is a sound of the consonant, then we will write a before it. Now let's talk about the uses of a. It is used to indicate any one person or thing. Now, in a, when we write a, we actually indicate a person or a thing, not particularly. For example, a puppy came running towards me. There were a lot of puppies and one of them came running towards me. So I'm not talking about a particular puppy. There were a lot of them, but only one of them came towards me. So that's why we write a. The next use of a is, it is used to show a kind, a class, or a species. For example, I have a bonsai tree. We use a to show a kind, a class, or a species of a particular thing. For example, tree. Bonsai tree is a different category of trees. Overall, it is known as bonsai. So when we are talking about a kind, a different kind of tree or a species of tree, then we use a before it. Now we can also say, for example, I have a Labrador dog. Dog is a noun and Labrador is a species. So before the name of the species, we write a. Next use, It is used to show a certain quantity. When we are talking about a quantity, we write a before it. For example, there are a dozen oranges. Dozen means 12. So we write there are a dozen oranges. Quantity, not number, but quantity. Next use, it is used to show profession, caste or religion of a person. When we mention the caste, profession, religion of a person, we write a before it. Profession, it means work of a person. For example, he is a teacher. Teaching is his profession, that's why he is a teacher. So when we mention the profession, we write a before it. He is a Muslim. Muslim talks about religion, caste, so we write Muslim, and before that we write a. So here the uses of a comes to an end. I hope all these uses have been understood by you. I hope everything that I explained have been understood. In case there are doubts, please feel free to clear it from me. Now moving on to the next slide. Now moving on to the next type of article, which is an. An is used before a singular countable noun which begins with a vowel sound. Where do we use an? It is used before a noun which is countable, which we can count, and is singular, and it also begins with a vowel sound. A noun that begins with a vowel sound which is singular and countable, we use an before it. For example, an apple. Apple is singular, we can count it, and it starts with a vowel sound which is a. An American. American also starts with a. An egg. E. A, E, I, O, U are vowels. So in case a noun starts with the letter of the vowels or the sound of the vowels, then we write an before it. Now moving on to the last type of article, which is a definite article. It is the. We'll talk about the uses of the. Where is the used in a sentence? Before any noun, when we want to particularize it. We use the before a noun when we are talking about it in particular. Particularly, we are pointing that particular noun out. For example, the book that you gave was interesting. There were a lot of books, but the book that you gave me, that particular book, was very interesting. So like this, we point out the nouns so that we get to know that we are talking about that particular thing. Next use, before superlative degree. There are three types of degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative. Superlative is the highest degree. So in that case, we use the. For example, Venus is the hottest planet. Hot, hotter, hottest. Hot is positive, hotter is comparative, and hottest is superlative degree. So because hottest is the superlative one, before that we write the. Before words like first, last, next, only. When we are writing words like first, last, next, only in a sentence, we use the before it. And the last use is quite huge, so I'll still explain it. Before the names of newspapers. When we write the names of newspapers, before that we write the. For example, the Times of India. Unique things. The sun, the moon. Unique things means it is just one in number. Geographical proper nouns. The Ganges, the Alps. When we are talking about proper nouns related to geography, names of places or names of particular rivers or any other thing, then we use the before it. Holy or great books. When we are talking about particular books which are famous, for example, the Gita, the Bible, these are holy books, these are sacred, pious, pure books, so we write the before it. Before the names of trains, ships or aeroplanes. When we are mentioning the names of a particular train, ship or aeroplane, we write the before it. For example, the Rajdhani Express. Well-known buildings. Buildings that are very popular, for example, the Taj Mahal, we write the before it. Countries, the USA, United States of America, we write the before it. We also write the before directions, the north side, the south side, the east side, the west side. The whole families, the Khans, the Roys. For example, my surname is Daga. So overall, when we are talking about my family, we will write that it is the function of the Dagas. So when we talk about a particular name of a family, we write the surname, and before the surname we write the. So that's it for the chapter. These were the uses and explanation of the 3 different articles. I hope everything that I have taught has been understood by all of you. In case there is anything you failed to understand, or if there is a doubt, please feel free to give me a call and clear them so that you understand the chapter in a better way. So that's it for the chapter and the video. Thank you so much for the patience, all of you.